Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special episode I'm calling A Conversation at the Corner of Main Street and Metaphysical Way. I'm Ande Lyons, your host. I'm the Chief Possibility Officer at Possibility Partners, and I welcome you to join me today to learn how to tap into your soul journey. And life has so many ups and downs and sideways turns and twists. It's pretty easy to want to numb out, right? And forget about our souls and our journeys and why we're here to serve the world. I mean, some of us turn to food, TV, gaming, betting, alcohol. And sometimes, social media can be a way of numbing out as well. And so I find it so important for us to take a moment and remember that wherever we are in life, we're here to understand and have a deeper journey of our life. And I don't know where my lovely guest went, but I hope she'll come back. And so I want to talk about that because every day we get up and we head out into the world, whether we are working for somebody or working for ourselves. And I feel so strongly that we should be getting tapped into why we're serving. And you hear that a lot, what is our why? So today I have Cheri Valentine. Now, Cheri joining me, and Cheri is an EFT specialist. She is an intuitive. She is a healer. And yes, she's a smarty pants businesswoman. And I'm so thrilled to have her here to share with you and all of us the techniques and wonderful advice she has to helping us stay tuned in and turned on to our soul journey and our purpose in the world. Welcome, Cheri Valentine.
Thank you, Ande. What a pleasure to be here. And as I've said, this is our maiden voyage in the blab world. So I can't think of another person I'd rather do this with. Thanks for instigating it.
Well, business owners, using video as a platform to share your work and share who you are is a wonderful way to continue to deepen and establish faith and trust with those who may want to work with you. So bringing our whole selves like this, of course, is an honor. And we're so thrilled that you're watching, whether it's live right now, hi everybody, or in the replay. Mwah, mwah, mwah. We're so grateful. So Cheri, tell us a little bit about your background, how you got into, because again, you were rocking it in the business world, and then you decided to go in and bring your work in a more meaningful way for you. And you've created so many wonderful shifts and avenues to wellness for people with your work.
Well, before I begin, I just want to say hi to Martin Shervington and to Elaine Iberding and Tiffany Joy. I want to thank you so much for being here with us, and want to send a shout out of love to Michael Michael. Oh my gosh, Michael Thomas. Thank you, who couldn't join but sent us some love. So I just wanted to acknowledge all of you.
Thank you.
Totally appreciate that. And yes, so gosh, like all of us, none of us just woke up one morning and said, oh, well, I know what I'm going to do with my life. Oh, would it be that easy? But mostly challenges in my life, as most people, and mostly ignoring what I knew to be true for myself led me to basically crashing and burning from a career and a job that I absolutely loved. I mean, I was in a position for a small European company in Connecticut that actually was pretty global, and I was really I was very much involved in creating policies, putting things in place within the accounting department, hiring people, supporting pretty much the whole company, and I absolutely loved it. Like, I really, truly loved it. And the interesting thing was it was very much accounting related, and most people thought that just didn't get it. Like, those people who knew me were like, I just don't see you loving accounting. And I'm like, I just didn't see why they couldn't see it. What they didn't know was that the position was so creative. And I guess I didn't realize that at the time either. But I think I loved the firmness, the concreteness, the foundational piece of accounting, numbers don't lie kind of thing.
Right.
And what was happening though, again, I was allowed so much freedom and creativity in the position that it really worked for me. And it took me just recently to really understand that that was a piece of both of my minds coming together. That the creative mind with the intellectual mind, the logical mind, were working together so beautifully. And I didn't quite understand that at the time, but I think that's why it was such a beautiful place for me to be.
Right.
Um,
Cheri, how long have you been practicing now with this new form of accounting?
it's been 10 years.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, it started slowly, and as it built and built and built, as I was guided and as I was led, and I trusted my own soul and communication to show me where I was supposed to be heading and where I'm supposed to be, it's gotten so much stronger and deeper.
Right. And
Yeah.
was there a life-altering moment that made you realize, as creative and delicious as accounting is, it was time for you to move on into some other area?
Well, it was called being bedridden with debilitating Lyme disease and actually not knowing what that was or what was happening to me. And I realized it wasn't so much the job, but it was my personal life and not honoring who I was as a mother, as a woman, and just not listening to intuition, not listening to spirit. And so my soul was really not being fed personally. It was all tied up in work and affirmations and the success that I felt corporately, which was only half of who I was. And so that was pretty much a defining moment for me.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And where did you end up first? I mean, the beauty of listening to your soul journey, folks, is really surrendering to certain situations that happen to us that help lead us to a deeper relationship with ourselves. And I'm grateful that you listened. I'm sorry that life had to, bring such a screeching halt to you to help you pay attention, but sometimes those are our most wonderful teachers. So what led you into going into EFT, into shamanism, into healing?
So pretty much after several years of not really getting better, um, you know, I realized that there was something missing besides just all the medication I was taking, and that I had to really go within. I needed to really look inside myself to see what was happening and why was I not healing and why was I not getting stronger and getting my life back and why was I in so much pain, physical pain. And I started to understand that it was emotional pain underneath it that was feeding it. So I started to explore emotional journey work with an acupuncturist who introduced me to EFT and realized that it was a much shorter, easier version of what her and I were doing together. And it kept showing up. EFT showed up over a course of 3 years because I would, embrace it and be like, oh, this is really cool and use it and then kind of forget about it. And after the third time, I knew that my soul was calling me um, to follow EFT and really embrace it and use it, not only for myself, but in a way to share it with others.
Right, it's very profound, and I know you're going to do a little tapping with us today, but share with people why EFT works so well.
Well, I would love to, but the other day you explained it to me so beautifully, and I'm wondering, would you mind sharing with since you've done it and as a participant, I think you can explain it in a way that maybe more people will receive.
Oh my gosh. Well, for me, as everybody knows, I'm heavily involved in business, whether it's starting or maintaining and working with CEOs and business owners. And I find that the strong mind skills and the mindset skills that we have are equally important to help us weather the ups and downs of our business. And so the tapping that I love the best, Cheri, and this is I think what you're talking about, is how we you focus on first with tapping, you focus on your worst thoughts. And as an entrepreneur, this is where we can really stumble. We can sit there and have so much doubt. And especially when we're hearing crickets, no new clients, or having difficult situations at home, all sorts of terrible, terrible thoughts can come in. Instead of just pushing them away, I'm a huge believer and very fond of embracing our fears, embracing our doubts. And EFT allows us to do this in a way, let's see if I can get Cheri back here, in a way that we get all that yuckiness out. We have the opportunity where we can say all the fears and still tapping into these important parts of our body that are in alignment. We can say those horrible things and then replace those terrible thoughts. And I think that, whether it's something very simple, in a day where you're just feeling blue about who you are, what you're doing, your work in the world, whatever, it can really, really shift. And the most important thing, Cheri, I think, is when we tap and really acknowledge how much we love ourselves, that we are worthy of love no matter what. So now you can expand on that.
No, it's beautiful. Yeah, I really love EFT, Andy, because it allows me and everyone that I work with, and all of you who use it yourself, to give yourself a really safe place to voice what's going on inside of you that often we try to ignore or push down or tell ourselves we shouldn't feel or think. And the truth is, whether we ignore it or not, it's there. So the more we can acknowledge truthfully what we're thinking and feeling, the more we can let it go. And that's really where the freedom comes, is actually collapsing the energy that's feeding those negative, those fearful, those doubting thoughts. And then, like you said, replacing them with something that's a lot more affirmative.
Right.
But to try to say something and be affirmative and positive that's actually being fed by something that's really not in alignment with that isn't as effective as, voicing both sides.
It absolutely is. And I think being able to replace those thoughts, first of all, just giving them a good shout out.
Yeah.
And then start replacing them and talk about, Cheri, about why, tapping these points, why are they important on the
Okay.
body? What are they in correlation with?
I'm going to just show you, everyone watching, if you're new to EFT, how simple and easy the points are. Okay. I just did it. That's tapping,
There we go.
folks. Those are the points. And they're actually the end point of the meridian system in our body, which is basically energy channels. So like that, we have veins that carry blood through our body. We have channels that carry energy through our body. And so originally EFT was really complicated, and it was discovered that we don't need to tap on every specific single point in the body. We just need to tap on the endpoints. And what it literally flushes energy. Let's go of things that are stuck in your system, in your cells, and in our thoughts.
Wow. That's amazing. Before we move on and do a little tapping, I'd love to acknowledge this wonderful crowd that's showing up and sharing their amazing energy. We have Jeremy Murphy, Yasmin Rashad, Barbara. You know how much I love you. Thank you, Barb, for showing up today. And she's wishing us a wonderful new, our first time blab. And Austin, wow, how cool to meet you. And why our photo? She said she's just started reading Nick Orton's book. And, and hi, Wendy. And I know Stepan was by for a minute. And so I hope we got everybody.
So yeah, as far as Nick Orton, I can't even say enough praise for him and his book. And also, by the way, his sister has a book. Jessica Ortner has a wonderful book on EFT, also around weight loss. So I'm honestly cannot again say enough about the Ortners and the work they do in this world with EFT. So enjoy the book. YR photo. And thanks for sharing that. And yes, to Austin, practice your mindful breathing. One of the things that I bring into EFT is a whole shamanic energy perspective as well, meditative. And we always start out tapping with mindful breathing, with grounding, with really getting into a space where we're even more tuned into our spirit and allowing ourselves to receive the highest and best good for ourselves as we tap. So thanks for sharing that.
And I really like what our wonderful Laughing Elaine said here, which is it's all about accepting being in the moments of our pain and resistance and self, other judgment, and using a tool to shift. I use many tools to do this, and EFT is a great one. Thanks, Elaine. So do you want to take us through a brief tapping moment, Cheri, and then we can go into talking about some of your products, and we can bring some folks in and
Sure.
and
Love it.
expand.
Okay. So again, can you combine EFT with crystal healing? Yes, I think you can combine EFT with just about anything. It's an energy technique, so it's very much in alignment with any kind of other healing work. Okay, so take a deep cleansing breath and release it and let it go. And let's do that again together. And release. And this time we'll inhale and exhale through our nose. And just let's get here for a moment. And let's set an intention that you will receive what you need in this very brief tapping session. But we'll tell you a little bit more how you can get more tapping if this is something that you think you're going to like or want to explore further. We start with the karate chop point. So take your fingertips of one hand and tap on the outside of your other hand. And this is just to set us up, get us kind of neutralized, and get us a little bit out of that small egoic mind and tap more into the universal mind, where all the juiciness and all the information we really need is going to bubble up for us. So let's just do doubt, because we all have a little bit of doubt, you know?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So why don't you all who are watching, whether live or replay, think about an area in your own life or business where you have doubt, where maybe you're doubting something about yourself or something about a step that you're taking, or, just whatever for you. Because again, you're going to get the best benefit tuning into your own intention and being specific as possible. So I'm going to leave it general, even though I have all this doubt. And Ande, will you repeat after me?
Even though I have all this doubt.
Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you that little detail. So after I speak and pause, you all repeat after me, because the power in this is actually the speaking, okay, as well as the tapping. Okay, so even though I have all this doubt.
Even though I have all this doubt.
So much doubt.
So much doubt.
I choose to honor and respect how I feel.
I choose to honor and respect how I feel.
Because it's real.
Because it's real.
So even though I have all this doubt.
So even though I have all this doubt.
I wish that I did not.
I wish I did not.
But the truth is I do.
But the truth is I do.
I love and accept myself anyway.
I love and accept myself anyway.
So even though I'm holding on to this doubt.
Even though I'm holding on to this doubt.
And it is keeping me stuck in some way.
And it's keeping me stuck in some way.
I choose to honor the doubt.
I choose to honor the doubt.
See the lesson.
See the lesson.
Release it.
Release it.
And love and accept myself.
And love and accept myself.
All this doubt.
All this doubt.
I'm not sure it will work.
I'm not sure it will work.
I'm not sure I have what it takes.
I'm not sure I have what it takes.
I'm not sure I'm in the right place.
I'm not sure I'm in the right place.
I'm not sure I want to keep doing this.
I'm not sure I want to keep doing this.
I'm not sure what to do.
I'm not sure what to do.
I just have all this doubt.
I just have all this doubt.
Because I've been doing what I think is best.
Because I've been doing what I think is best.
And it's not working.
And it's not working.
It's just not working yet.
Just not working yet.
It's not working fast enough.
Not working fast enough.
It's not keeping up with my desires.
Not keeping up with my desires.
And my timeline.
And my timeline.
I'm really starting to doubt what I'm doing.
I'm really starting to doubt what I'm doing.
And I'm even starting to doubt what I did to get here.
I'm really starting to doubt what I did to get here.
All this doubt.
All this doubt.
And it's causing so much stress in my body.
It's causing so much stress in my body.
All this tension.
All this tension.
And the doubt is feeding the doubt.
And the doubt is feeding the doubt.
And it's getting louder.
And it's getting louder.
In my head.
In my head.
So you know what? I hear you, doubt.
I hear you, doubt.
And I acknowledge you.
And I acknowledge you.
And I know there's a reason.
And I know there's a reason.
And I'm willing to listen.
And I'm willing to listen.
And hear you out.
And hear you out.
I'm sure we have had things happen before.
I'm sure we've had things happen before.
And they didn't work out.
And they didn't work out.
And this is feeling like that.
And this is feeling a lot like that.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
But guess what?
Guess what?
It's a new day.
It's a new day.
It's a new minute.
It's a new minute.
And it's a new thought.
And it's a new thought.
And just because it didn't work before.
And just because it didn't work before.
Doesn't Doesn't mean it can't work now.
Doesn't mean it can't work now.
I'm a different person.
I'm a different person.
I'm doing it differently this time.
I'm doing it differently this time.
I'm listening to my intuition.
I'm listening to my intuition.
I'm allowing my soul to speak.
I'm allowing my soul to speak.
I'm being guided on a soul journey.
I'm being guided on a soul journey.
And I'm tuning in to what feels good.
And I'm tuning into what feels good.
And what feels right.
And what feels right.
And reminding myself.
And reminding myself.
That there's my time.
There's my time.
And there's divine time.
And there's divine time.
And when we're both aligned.
And when we're both aligned.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
Because the truth is.
The truth is.
It's actually pretty great now.
It's pretty great now.
I choose to see the gratitude.
I choose to see the gratitude.
In all that I've done.
And all that I've done.
How far I have come.
How far I've come.
All that I've learned.
All that I've learned.
And all that I've gained.
All that I've gained.
And I'm going to continue to be grateful.
I'm going to continue to be grateful.
For this journey.
For this journey.
Because it is a journey.
Because it is a journey.
It's not a destination I have to get to.
It's not a destination I have to get to.
And if I choose to enjoy each moment.
And if I choose to enjoy each moment.
And each step of the way.
And each step of the way.
I can always course correct.
I can always course correct.
From a place of love and gratitude.
From a place of love and gratitude.
That's moving me forward.
That's moving me forward.
Rather than doubt and fear.
Rather than doubt and fear.
That's keeping me stuck.
That's keeping me stuck.
I choose to move forward.
I choose to move forward.
And allow the doubt.
And allow the doubt.
To show me what I need to release.
To show me what I need to release.
So that I can have faith.
So that I can have faith.
And confidence.
And confidence.
Take a breath. Just let that go. Just let it all out. Shake it all off. Get rid of that old stale doubt. Bring it on in. Bring in the confidence. Bring in the light. Let's do it.
Woohoo!
Okay.
Cheri, that was really wonderful. Anybody feel any shift happen? Let us know in the comments here and the comments on the replay. These are words that maybe, for today, you might not have felt as strongly, but boy, on another day, you know that they're going to work. And I'm so grateful, Cheri. Those were wonderful. It was a wonderful process. Who'd like to come in the room? I know Tony V wanted to come in the room at one point.
Oh, I love it. He says, as soon as we tapped on the stress, I felt so relaxed. Yay!
Yay! So, if you want to come in and share.
Somebody else actually said, thank you for sharing these comments. Oh, by the way, must have hit a chord in there. I had a little tear appear on my cheek. Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's release. That's a really great release. And good for you for acknowledging.
Yeah. What's great too, Cheri, about this, and for those watching on the replay, this is something you can come back to. Just note, the start and end time, and you'll just follow right along. You can hit mute if you want at a certain point and put in your own words.
Absolutely.
But
yeah,
go ahead, Cheri.
What I love about the comments too is that oftentimes why tapping is so powerful is it actually is reaching a place within that we are not aware of. Which is why you might say, wow, I might have hit a chord, or this, I felt more relaxed. We're not often aware that we're carrying stress or holding on to these thoughts that are fueling the stress.
Right. So Cheri, how can folks work with you and go deeper and learn more and dive in and start shifting their life into more meaning and more stress-free and more embracing of the doubt?
Well, we got lots of ways for you folks to work with me. So, we've got the free meditations to set your day for success, just for you to just get a little bit of an introduction as to who I am. But mostly it's for you because, we've got the grounding meditation to set your day in space, which allows you to, one, get really focused and clear on your day, feel really grounded and supported, but also for people who are really intuitive and sensitive and are unaware of it, it's a wonderful way just to also eliminate you taking on other people's stress and negativity. And then, of course, there's the gratitude and setting intentions, because Ande, you and I know how powerful gratitude and intentions are. And that's just at cherivalentine.com/success. Pretty easy. And they're free. And then if you love those, or you want to just jump in for some other things because it's going to hit a chord with you, I've got the 5-minute meditation series. And we've got the chakra series live course on each chakra. And then we have the new set, which are live today on business success. So there are absolutely 7 meditations in there geared towards setting intentions for networking or for a meeting or to create inspired space to work in, attracting your ideal clients. Those are just 4 of the 7. So, and those were $1.99 each. They're 5, 10, maybe sometimes a little bit more than 5 minutes, but they're quick little meditations just to get you in that space you need to be.
Right.
Or if you like a series, you can actually, save a little bit of money and buy the whole series, but get all 7 of the meditations, in one fell swoop.
Now, Cheri lives right up the road from me, folks. Okay. She's on the coastal side of New Hampshire. And we often go to events together and we will do a grounding ceremony before we go into the event. Because when you have set your intention and set your purpose before an event that you are going to have a greater connection with those folks who need you, who you need, and you want to meet. And so it's a great exercise. And for $1.99, please, Cheri. It's so worth it. Do you have a link that you can throw into the comment section for folks? Because, of course, in the replay, I will have that in the description.
It's right there. So
Excellent.
that will take you to the main meditation page. You'll see there's 2 live sets right now. You'll also see what's coming down the works as I keep adding to them. And
Wonderful.
I really encourage you to do them. I mean, again, they're quick, they're inexpensive, but they are powerful.
Very powerful.
Yeah.
And Why Our Photos said, I love this comment, folks.
Yeah.
It's weird. I have pain in my knees 2 days ago. I was told it is caused by not wanting to move forward. Yes, that's the Louise Hay card. Yep.
Yeah.
And that I picked up have been about tuition, 2 things you mentioned in your tapping. And thank you for sharing that because, right, Cheri, a lot of times some of the signals we're getting from our body are wonderful pieces of information on our soul journey.
Well, let me tell you, this is wonderful because I think it's a perfect time to also mention this. So I have one of the things that I absolutely love to do is to work with people on developing and advancing and using your own intuition for your highest good, to use it for guidance and direction in your life and in your business. And I have 2 live opportunities coming up quite soon. So November 14th, I will be doing a live all-day retreat for learning about intuition, actually in Hampton, the beautiful Hampton, New Hampshire on the seacoast. But also for those who are not able to join me because you're not in the area, I'm doing a virtual all-day retreat on intuition. So that information is going to be on my calendar on my website, the dates, and I highly ask you to join my newsletter because every week I send out wonderful information, but I keep you up to date too on all these kind of wonderful events and teachings and workshops and classes that I have.
I agree. I get her newsletter all the time. It's wonderful. And look, Elaine, how are you? Thanks for hopping into the room. This is the nice thing about Blab folks is favorite folks can come in. New folks that you've never met before can join you in the room. Thank you. How you doing, Elaine?
I'm doing fine. And it is so wonderful to connect with people from all over the world and folks and new folks to get acquainted. But there is such power in doing these kind of exercises live where we're setting a loving intention to release and clear all the stuff that is in the way from us truly experiencing the connection that's always going on between all of us. There's one potent movement of love that's always happening on this planet. Cheri, that's what your work is about. That's what my work is about. And so these things are powerful.
Yeah.
You know, when we think about doing that exercise, there are those that it may seem to impact in a way that we recognize. But I truly believe that love that we're sending out with that loving intention really is lifting up so much more than we're immediately aware of. So
right,
I'm blessed that you're here on Blab.
Well, I think too, you brought up a good point, Elaine. It's not just love out into the world, but when we start off with loving ourselves, then we have more capacity to share the love. Oh, earring overboard. And but I think it's just so important in our work, in our loving of our clients and in loving our, those days that just are so tough. And what I especially appreciate about Cheri is how she uses, and I've worked with her a lot because, again, she's just right down the road, but she does virtual a lot as well. And I enjoy that she has this deep and intuitive understanding that some things, sometimes we can't see ourselves. And so when we have a coach, we have a intuitive healer like a Cheri Valentine, they can help pull away some of the veils that we're not able to pull away and see those areas in ourselves that we are self-sabotaging and self-blocking. And you're a powerful force in the world, Ms. Cheri, and you're a gift everywhere. And I'm so grateful you came and joined me on Blab today and shared your wisdom and gave everybody a demonstration of how easy and how much fun and yet how profound it is to work with you.
Well, let me remind you, too, that if you liked the tapping and the EFT, two things. One, if you go to my YouTube channel at Cheri Valentine, there is about 40 plus tapping videos from Tappy Break that we did last year. Thanks to the ever delicious and oh so divine Ande Lyons, who got me going with them. And we start a new season next week. So I will be broadcasting live Tappy Breaks every week again. A little bit of a twist this time. They'll be live for 24 hours for everyone to see. And then they will get put into my membership site. And you have an opportunity. You can purchase just the tapping that you want for like $3.99. Or you can join the membership and have access to all Tappy Breaks. Going forward. So I will be doing these on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time starting next week. So please join me for Tappy Break every week.
Yay. I'm so glad you're doing that, Cheri. We're going to wrap up. Elaine, thank you so much for hopping in the room. It's always a treat to see you.
And keep doing your work that you're doing because, Elaine, you are so on your soul journey and helping other people to get there too. And we love the work that you do.
And just reminding you, since you're new on Blab, the power of Blab linked in with Twitter is that we can keep broadcasting out to our Twitter friends and followers that these great meetings are happening. So anybody who is still here or watching on replay, you have an opportunity to tweet on out to get other folks back to watch this live or replay. So I put that in the comment stream, but Ande host, tell them often.
Absolutely. There's a little one. They make it very easy for you here on Blab. And of course, everybody knows that Twitter's my favorite social media platform. And so the fact that you can click on this little wonderful bar on the left of the screen, it says, tell a little bird. All you do is click and hit enter and it goes out to the world. And of course, my heart is grateful. Cheri's heart is grateful that you're sharing this replay with everyone. And
Thank you for that, Elaine.
Yeah, thanks, Elaine, for reminding everybody. I know Barbara Tomlin set it out, and as did you, and Team Blab, it looks like, may have sent something out, so we're so grateful. And a quick howdy-do to one of my favorite social media goddesses. That, you can't really see my tiara back there, but, I always like to have my tiara around when Nikki Creel shows up from the UK. She's a social media goddess that I love and adore. And then a trackpreneur. I'm looking forward to learning more about you and Stefan, or Stephen, or however you call it, so grateful. And Terry, thank you for showing up as well. So we're going to sign out now. And of course, the conversation can keep going, right, Elaine? Even though I hit stop on the recording, the conversation can still continue in the comment section here on Blab. So, and I want to do a special shout out to Mayana Stevenson of Blogaid. That's at Blogaid. She was the one, I purchased her Blab Like a Pro and zoomed through it yesterday. I still have a lot to learn, but God, does she do a great job. So you got to go grab it. She takes you step by step through the whole process. It's wonderful. And you can get it on Udemy. Or is it Udemy? Anyway, you can find me, AndeLyons.com. I am always sharing the love of the entrepreneurial adventure, and I'm wishing everybody an Andelicious day wherever you are. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you, my dear guest, Cheri Valentine, for sharing your deliciousness today.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Everybody.